Hello, today I'm going to be talking about the basic blue deck. This deck is one of my favourite decks. It's really good, really powerful. I reckon it's the best theme deck. There's about 3 or 4 theme decks that I think are really good, and this is one of them. But I think this is the best deck. This is the deck that I use the most. Okay, so let's go over the cards. We got Articuno. This card is great. You got Fine Dice for when you got a low amount of energy. This is great to get lots of energy cards on your hand. This makes it so that you're more likely to not draw energy for a start, and for a second you got lots of energy for if you got Greninja. If you can get Greninja out, you can keep throwing energy at your opponent, doing lots of damage. With his water shuriken, it works really great in combination. If you can get 4 energies on him, it's quite a lot, but you can do 100 damage each turn. I find this works really well with Muscle Band. Yeah, the combination, because you're doing 120 and there's not many cards in themed at least that have over 120, so I use that is a combo that I use quite a lot. Both of those work really well. Core Solar. I like this guy. He's not bad. He's not super powerful, but if this is what you got, why not? I mean, he does the job. Another Pokemon that card that I like to use Muscle Band on, mainly because it makes Spiny Rush a bit more. Just a bit more meaty, doing 40 damage as a minimum, and if you can get heads a couple of times, I mean, yeah, he can do loads of damage sometimes. Okay, so we got Froakie, really weak, but he evolves, and you got Frogadier. He's great. Got Lick, does reasonable amount of damage. One thing to take into note, if your opponent, if you're fighting against like a fire deck and he's weak to water, you might want to keep the second evolution rather than fully evolve him, because you'll be doing less damage, because Misslash is not affected by weaknesses or resistance. But then again, you get Water Shuriken and he's got loads of health still as well. I'm not saying that it's bad to evolve him if you're fighting against someone that's weak against you. No. But and then you got this guy, lots of attack. I mean, if you've got the energies to throw away, he can be really good. It's just generally really powerful. If your opponent's got something that's weak, that starts off weak but turns into something powerful like a Magikarp, always use Water Shuriken against them, because you don't want it. You don't want to fight against a Gyarados. Okay. Then we move on to Magikarp. Okay, so Magikarp is a bit rubbish, but he turns into Gyarados, so that's all good. Gyarados is probably the most powerful card in this deck. He does so much damage. I mean, once you got him out, he's gonna be one-shot in nearly everything. It's really great. I mean, if you, I mean, don't be shy about putting more energies on him or anything as well, because you know you can just do more damage. Why not? Pampor, this you know, he's a basic Pokemon, and we've got Simipour. Now this Pokemon, I really neglected Recycle on him for a good while, but as time's gone on, Recycle has become something that I use more and more. If you've got something like a dive ball in your discard pile, you can get that for your next turn. Same with Team Flare Grunt. I mean, there's just so many good cards that you can get from your discard and bring them out again. Yeah, he really does shine in that way. I mean, you could even get Gyarados back. I mean, yeah, but most of the time it's the dive balls that I try and get back, or Team Flare Grunt. Throwing 2 of those against your opponent is quite annoying for them, and you know, losing that 2 energies, like 2 turns worth of moves, can be quite annoying. Okay, so we got Spiel. Spiel, basic Pokemon, not really great. Then we got Celio, great Pokemon. It's got another attack that does 30 and paralyzes your opponent. Not too bad. And then the Aurora Beam, which is for 50 damage. It's not bad. Once he fully evolves, he's okay, but you need a lot of energy on him for him to be good. Like really good against, say for instance, if you've got a choice, you're fighting a Thunder type. This is one of the most powerful parts of this deck. Is you probably don't want to get your Gyarados out because he's weak against Thunder. So you bring out Walrein. He's not amazing, but he can still do a lot of damage. If you've got something that's Iron type, you've got a few choices there as well. And you know, this is the thing, is you're not weak against one thing. You've got lots and lots of different weaknesses, so you can use a different Pokemon to your advantage. I mean, one of my favourite things is if you're fighting against a fighting Pokemon, to bring out Articuno. If you can get him out, everything they're doing is minus 20 damage. It's just great. I mean, yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's carry on. Arco Bike. Okay, yeah, you get to choose a card. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Dive Ball. This is what you're really trying to get, because this is it could be any Pokemon you want pretty much. Generally speaking, you want to try and get your Gyarados or Greninja out, which is what I usually aim for. I mean, it depends on what you're fighting against, though. I mean, like Walrein and Articuno, still really good. There's not really much weaknesses in this deck. I mean, I'd reckon Simipour maybe, but even him is still pretty good. Okay, so we got roller skates. Flip a coin. Might get 3 cards. Always good to have a few of those. Battle reporter. Yeah, I mean, just use this when you are low on cards and your opponent's got more. Good card. Pokemon Fan Club. This is great for getting your basics set up. Generally speaking, I aim to get Magikarp and Froakie or Articuno. Articuno usually is one of them, always, nearly, because he's just so useful. Find Ice, just, you know, being able to make your hand basically, like, make your library have no energies in, so you're either going to be drawing an item or Pokemon. Really, really good. I like that. You can get rid of all your energy and just have them all in your hand with him. Okay, so we got Shana. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 5 cards. Not bad when you've run out of anything useful. Team Flare Grunt, getting rid of those energies on your opponent. I mean, you know, putting your opponent 1 turn back, it's just so useful. Rough Seas, being able to heal. This is your only healing in this deck, but it's once you got it out, if your opponent doesn't have a stadium in their theme deck, it can really be annoying for them, because every turn you're healing all your Pokemon for 30, and you know, you can switch your Pokemon and they still get healed in your bench. So yeah, it could be good, but just be aware of one shots and stuff. EXP share, being able to get an energy every time one of your opponent when your opponent knocks you out. Yeah, this can be surprisingly good. It can set you up. I mean, yeah, it depends what you put it on. I mean, I like to put it on Magikarp or Gyarados, because he doesn't really need the muscle band, and you can't have 2 items attached to the same Pokemon, so sticking that on him is not really gonna affect him so much. But say Froakie, having muscle band or Greninja is so useful. yeah, so just be aware of who you put the XP share on. There are bad choices with some of them sometimes, and it can work in your favour or against you later on in the game when you really want your muscle band, you know. But I would say, actually I would only say Greninja's probably the only one, because he only needs 1 energy to be useful. And yeah, so yeah, okay. And then we've got Weakness Policy. Great card, really helpful against your opponent's strengths. This is one of the advantages of this deck. I mean, you just don't have too many problems against weaknesses. You just got a lot of choices. You've got no bad Pokemon really. You can get unlucky, of course. I mean, you know, you could be fighting against the grass type and only have Froakie and Panpour. That's going to be a bit of a problem, but you know, that's just part of the game. You do get unlucky sometimes. Okay, so we're going to try out a test game. We're going to test the blue deck out, and we're going to see how we fare against a random opponent. Let's just see how we go. Alright, so we're gonna play first. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so we're gonna bring out Froakie. We're gonna defend our Magikarp. We're not gonna bring him out just yet, just in case. I don't think he's got anything that can bring Magikarp out, so we can one-shot him anyway. But okay, so we've got a dive ball. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna go for Gyarados. Okay, let's see if make sure we can actually get Gyarados. That was a bit of a misplay. I shouldn't have played my energy first. Okay, so we got Gyarados anyway, so we got a bit of luck. Okay, so he knows we got Gyarados. So let's see what he does. Alright, so Froakie's taking it a bit. He's got grass type, which is one of those things. Gonna have a bit of a problem. He's gonna die, but next turn we'll be in a good position to do some damage against him. I don't know if he's got anything else. I mean, the game's gonna be pretty much over soon if that happens. Okay, which one are we gonna go for? We'll go for Celio just in case, because I don't really see. Maybe that's a bad choice. Anyway, let's see what happens. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I think the game is pretty much over, even if he has some good Pokemon. And I don't have energy. Oh well. Let's just bring him out. See what happens. Let's see what he does. This is not going to be a good game by the seams of things, but you can just see how powerful Gyarados is. I mean, this is the thing, is once he's out, you can see he can one-shot pretty much everything that he sees, because even with 3 energy he does 80 attack and does 10 to everything else. So okay, maybe this, oh, he's got 90, so if I get 1 more energy I'll be able to one-shot him. Alright, so yeah, alright, we'll stick Muscle Band on Gyarados, which always seems a bit overpowered in my eyes, but like you don't need that much strength, but we'll do it anyway. Alright, so we got, yeah, okay, we'll get Froakie out as well, and this one shot. Alright, let's see what he does. I think this card can strip energy, can't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, so 30 damage, and he strips an energy from... Oh, and he moves it to one of my benched Pokemon. Okay. That's mildly annoying, but he's lost the game pretty much. So, yeah. You can just see how powerful Gyarados is. Once you get him out, he just does the damage. Alright, anyway, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope